Miss Noir, can you tell me about this letter?
Well, give me a light first.
Now, whatever you say here will be recorded as evidence. If all goes well, you'll get the slammer for 3 years.
It's been a long time, how I fought for what I thought was love. That was certainly a foolish era. It was a cold December, near Christmas actually, when the old debt collector, Krogstad, an ambitious fella, came right to my door.
Excuse me, Miss Helmer.
What do you want?
A word with you.
Want to speak to me?
Yes, I do. I saw your husband go down the street with a lady.
What then?
May I be so bold to ask if it was Miss Lynn?
Yes, it was.
Then can I ask you, is Miss Lynn to have an appointment at the bank?
What right have you to question me, Mr. Krogstad? You, my husband's subordinate? Sometimes one has a tiny bit of influence, I should hope. And when anyone is in a subordinate position, Mr. Krogstad, they should really avoid offending anyone
Who has influence?
Exactly.
Mrs. Helmer, you'd be so good to use your influence on my behalf to see that I am allowed to keep my subordinate position at the bank.
Who proposes to take your post away from you?
Oh, there is no need to keep up the pretense of ignorance. The time has come for you to use your influence to prevent that.
But, Mr. Krogstad, I have no influence.
Oh, haven't you? But just now you said.
Naturally, I did not mean for you to put any sort of construction on it. What makes you think I have any sort of influence of that kind with my husband?
Listen to me, Miss Helmer. I am prepared to fight for my small post at the bank as if I were fighting for my life.
So it seems.
Indeed. It is not only for the sake of money. That weighs least with me. I believe you know, like everybody else, that many years ago I was guilty of an indiscretion.
Yes, I've heard something of the sort.
But the matter never came to court. But every way seemed to be closed to me after that. Now my sons are growing up. For their sake, I must try to win back as much respect as I can in this town. The post at the bank was the first step for me. Now your husband's going to kick me downstairs in the mud again.
But you must believe me, Mr. Krogstad. It is not in my power to help you.
It is because you don't have the will, but I have the means to compel you.
What do you mean?
When your father was ill, you came to me asking me for £250. And I did give you that money on certain conditions. And here, you signed them. And there were lines constituting where your father should have signed.
Should. He did sign them.
Your father was very ill, wasn't he?
He was very near his end.
Tell me, Mrs. Helmer, do you by any chance remember what day your father died? And by that I mean what day of the month?
Papa died on the 29th of September.
But look here. It says 2nd of October. It's a discrepancy, isn't it? Tell me, Miss Helmer, did your father truly sign the bond?
No. No, it was I who signed the bond.
Are you aware that this is a dangerous confession you're making?
In what way? You will have your money soon.
Then why didn't you send the bond to your father?
Papa was so ill. I couldn't tell him that my husband's life was in danger when he was so ill himself.
The law cares nothing about motives, Miss Helmer.
Then it must be a very foolish law.
Foolish or not, it is the law that you shall be judged by.
I don't believe it. Is a daughter not to be allowed to spare her dying father anxiety and care? Is a wife not to be allowed to save her husband's life?
Do as you please. But if I lose my position a second time, I'll see that you lose yours with me.
I may be overstepping my boundaries here, Miss Nora, but you don't seem like a criminal to me.
But a criminal I am. Love. Love is a funny thing. It can make the shrewdest woman a fool.